Fit for purpose discussions. We are going to be talking about intensity again today. And this is going to be intensity in relation to everyday life. It's going to be intensity in relation to stuff that comes up and how we can get the most out of our workouts while not being in the most ideal of circumstances. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example from just today, actually, and this is what kind of sparked this in my mind, and I thought it would be worthwhile having a quick chat about. So I was chatting with a member today at the gym, and we were talking about managing your workouts, and we were talking about more specifically how we our mindset going into the workout, and our mindset and how we set expectations for the workout before it begins. So one thing that CrossFitters especially, so not everybody watching this will be a CrossFitter, but CrossFitters especially, or type A personalities, will see something and they're generally being quite competitive. You'll figure out, how can I get the absolute maximum and optimize this workout so that I get as much as humanly possible out of it every single time, every single day, and what can I do to do that so that I'm not leaving any cards on the table, so to speak. And this mindset is great. It's actually really, really valuable, because what that does is straight away puts you in a place of, I'm getting something from this. I'm personally improving, and it's not a what are they doing, or what is the person on the other side of the gym doing? What's the person what's another person on the online program doing? How are they getting that score and I'm not? There's no comparison there. It's just a what can I get out of this? And that's a great place to start. Now, what that can quickly turn into is, it can turn into every workout must be maximal, like absolute max intensity. Every workout must be just a suffer festival, just a festival of pain and hurt, and you just put yourself through the absolute ringer every single time you train. And again, to a certain degree, this is a valuable mindset, because you know how to work hard, you know how to push yourself, you're aware of what it feels like to push past barriers when your mind's saying you need to stop, you need to calm down a wee bit, and you're able to have a bit of resilience to go, no, it's just workout, it's just a workout, it's just sore because it's a workout, I can keep moving. It's a very valuable thing. But that mindset is not useful whenever we're faced with challenging circumstances that require us to taper things back. So personally speaking, and I put this on my Instagram earlier as well, because I think we could use a little bit more realism on Instagram. I enjoy gaming, so I like playing the PlayStation, and it's not for everyone, but I did it when I was a teenager, and it's a good way for me to decompress after a long working day or something like that. So the thing with my life now is, I have a wee boy, I'm married, and there's not a huge amount of opportunities to play the PlayStation. But what I will sometimes do, and this kind of goes against the whole optimizing every form of your health and lifestyle, right? I'll just stay up late. I'll just get less sleep because I'm playing the PlayStation, and I do it knowingly, and to be quite honest, I don't really regret it, and I wouldn't change it, because it's a good way for me to decompress here. Sleeping physiologically, and I know the next day it will have a a positive impact up here, but it's more physiological for me. And in my head, I'm like, the mental decompression of playing the PlayStation for an hour or two or more is very useful, and I find it fun. So I'll stay up probably longer than I should, okay? And I'll maybe do this 2-3 days in a row. It doesn't happen all the time, but I might do it a few times in a row. And when that happens, I'll have a day like today where I'm feeling crappy. I just feel pure turd, right? So what do? I look at my workout, and if I had the mentality of breaking myself every time I trained, that would not have went well today, because I would have very quickly just stopped, because I wouldn't have had the energy to give. I would not have had it in the tank to be able to push in that way. So I wouldn't have met my expectations, and I would have been disappointed, and I just would have threw the head up and said, screw this, I'm stopping. Where today I went into it and said, right, I'm going to start, and I'm just going to move. I'm just going to move through the first round, see how the first round feels, and go from there. And it actually turned out to be a really tough workout. I got a lot out of it. I know that if on a good day where I had better energy levels, I probably could have pushed out another half round. But I was still able to get 6 rounds of a workout, a 12-minute AMRAP. It was that one, echo bike calories, jump squats, and front rack lunges. Got 6 rounds, 2 minutes a round, happy days. So for me, I worked at an intensity that was relative to how I was feeling that day. And that was based on my own self-inflicted circumstances of staying up too late, right? So that was the implication of me staying up too late. And that's fine, And my goal isn't to, dominate local competitions. My goal isn't to go to the CrossFit Games. So for me, that wasn't acceptable. I'm okay with that, And I would encourage you to find what is an acceptable level of intensity for you. But I would encourage you to hit a relatively high intensity in your workouts, because that's the thing that we know by CrossFit's definition. That's the thing that gives the most beneficial reward and adaptation to training, is training at a relatively high intensity. And one last thing I'll leave you with on intensity. Think if you have high intensity, that means you must have low intensity. But then in the middle here, that must mean we have moderate intensity, right? So high, moderate, low. And if we just break those into percentages, this is a really rudimentary way of doing it. 0 to 33% is low intensity. 34 to 66% moderate intensity. 67 to 100% high intensity, right? So if 67% is still classified as high intensity, maybe that's what you need for a period while your body's healing, while you're recovering from, or you're sleep deprived, you just had a baby, you're sleep deprived, and you're like, what is happening to my world right now? You need to go at that tapered back pace, but you're still pushing yourself, you're still giving it, but you're under control. So I hope that helps. I hope my waffle and that helps in some way to approach your workouts in a manner that is more acceptable. It allows you to have a bit more leniency in how you complete your workouts. And by leniency, I don't mean taking it easy just because I couldn't be bothered. It means recognizing circumstances and adapting your approach based on that. And that's a very different thing. It's wisdom. So I'm going to leave you with that, and I'll see you soon. Bye.